Hi, welcome to Scotty Craft and Creating with Wendy. Today we're going to have a play with some Crafters Workshop templates to create this card that you see here.
Oh, I have to get in on that card. Another Wendy creation. Righto.
So we're going to be using Versamark ink and a brayer. We're going to ink up our brayer and just basically apply it over the surface of the Crafters Workshop stencil. I then want you to lay this onto the A board of your cuddle bag. Lay a piece of white cardstock over the top. Put your tan mat over the cardstock. Just make sure that your template is within the bounds of the cuddle bag. Make sure there's none of it sticking outside. When you wind it through, it'll crush the edges otherwise. Then you need a B board, 2 pieces of shim and another B board. And it's just a matter of winding that little sandwich through. So when it pops out the other end, get rid of all your boards. And what we want is the side of the card that was touching the stencil. So this is the side here. You won't be able to see it on camera, but it's actually got the Versamark on this side. So the next thing that we want to do is put down a piece of scrap paper and using some Zing copper embossing powder, sprinkle it over the surface of the embossed area. And it does actually have quite a deep impression of embossing. Shake off the excess. And we should just sit this aside to put back into the jar later. Okay, so the next step then is to heat this image with a heat tool until it all starts to melt. So you'll see it start to melt and it changes from a dull chalky look to a shiny look. So you can see it starting to melt there. Do this over the whole surface until the whole lot is what I'd call cooked. So rather than watching that happen, here's a little one I whipped up earlier. I've also trimmed this to size, ready to go onto my piece of card. So you've got beautiful embossed image on here, and not just embossed through the cuddle bag, but also heat embossed.
That's it. Now we can see it quite well. That's a lovely design that's on there.
You can do this with the other templates as well. There's butterfly ones, there's daisy ones, there's all sorts. I just choose this one because I actually had it in stock. Okay, now we're going to use our ink applicator tool, and I'm going to use 2 distress inks. I'm using the Bundled Sage and Tumbled Glass. Whoops, just open those up. Love this applicator tool. Ink it up, come off your craft mat and ink the entire surface over your embossed image. It does a beautiful background. You could add as many colours as you like of these inks to this. You could use this as a piece on a scrapbooking page. I've used it as a background for a card. There's nothing to stop you from doing it for a mini book cover. The world's your oyster. You pick what you want to use it for. Photo frames, if you're going to make handmade photo frames.
Those colours are looking good together, Wendy.
So just keep blending until you've got it to a consistency that you like. If you like it dark around the edges, obviously add a little more ink. So the next step would be to stick this onto your piece of card, but what we're going to do first, I've stamped up a little word image using the Fancy Tags Spellbinders die, and I'm going to cut and emboss this, and then I'm going to use it like a stencil. So to do this in your cuddle bug, you're going to need an A B board and a C board to do the cutting. So you put your A board in first, you line up where you want this to cut, you put your C board in next, and you lay this down onto the C board, then you put your B board over the top and roll it through to cut. So it's A, B, C to cut with these dies. Bring it through, slip away the C board, and now you want a rubber mat because we're going to emboss. So you sit the rubber mat over the top of the cut image, a B board, 2 pieces of shim and another B board, and this will form the embossing. So just gently roll that through. And out it comes. And already you can see the indentation on there. So the next thing we want to do is, we don't actually need this little background piece, but we want to leave it in the die because we're going to use the same inks that we used on our card to ink through the actual little stencil. So you can see there the bits have fallen away that have been cut out, and just with a little bit of ink I'm going to ink through. And once again, if you want to combine two colours on there, you can. Ink those little bits that are off to the side as well. So now you see it with the colour through it. And then it's just a matter of popping it out. So give it a little press and out it comes. Now I love this little one because it's got these little ends where you can thread the ribbon through and hook it into the sides of it. So if you have a look at my card here, I've actually thread the ribbon through the two holes and then tucked it in under the little curls, and then I can slide it along to wherever I want it on my design and then basically adhere it to my card. And then stick this onto my background, and then just by adding one of the beautiful Prima butterflies, I've created a card ready to go. Can't get much faster than that. Prima do a whole range of beautiful flowers which we have on display on our board here.
And they are about to bring out a whole range of new flowers which will have in stock really soon. Prima flowers, I don't think there's anything to beat them. They are so beautiful, and they look even better when you see them up close. When you look at them on the web, they are beautiful, but when you actually see them in real life, they are outstanding. So thank you to Wendy for that beautiful card. And if you're looking for any embossing powder, Crafters Workshop templates, or Prima flowers, you can get them from Scotty Crafts, either in store or online, www.scottycrafts.co.nz. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.